show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy, support good content at all times. Let's get right down to business. I was listening to an interview with Gennady Golovkin's manager, and I found the interview quite interesting because he came out and he said a Jamal Charlo fight just didn't make sense for them. And he also said that Jamal Charlo was fighting somebody that Gennady Golovkin knocked out several years ago in Willie Monroe Jr. Now, the question is he right? Is Gennady Golovkin manager right? Is the Jamal Charlo fight not a good look? Doesn't make sense for Gennady Golovkin. Now, for the sake of this question, I want for you to put yourself in Gennady Golovkin's shoes. Okay? I think that would make it fair. Because if we don't put ourselves in Gennady Golovkin's shoes, then we're going to say, okay, well, we want the best to fight the best. We don't give a fuck about none of this other stuff. We want the best to fight the best. That's in a perfect world, but we all know that's not realistic. So, put yourself in Gennady Golovkin's shoes, okay? Is a Jamal Charlo fight a fight that doesn't make sense? Let me put this out there. This is a great lesson for all of the hardcore boxing fans, the casual boxing fans, and the people that are just getting introduced to boxing. This is a quick boxing lesson from G5 Jeff TV to your ears. The way a boxer talks on the come up is completely different from the way he talks when he becomes established and becomes a name. It's been like that throughout boxing history. I'll give you recent examples. Keith Thurman used to talk that gangster shit. Keith Thurman wanted smoke with everybody. But once he became a name, once he became a commodity, Keith Thurman became a businessman. He's more careful in terms of who he fights and when he fights them. You take a Floyd Mayweather Jr. when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He fought very tough competition when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. But when he became Money Mayweather, he became a businessman, more calculated in terms of his opponents. Okay? Even Earl Spence, everybody's favorite fighter, Earl Spence, he even had a recent interview, I think it was with 78 Sports TV, and he was even talking like he was a businessman when it came down to the Terrence Crawford fight. But a couple years back, Earl Spence was talking gangster shit. He wanted everybody, wanted all the smoke, and he thought people was ducking him. We've seen this before from fighters. We've seen this from Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin being strategic in terms of his opponents and when he fights them. I'll give you a prime example, a recent example. When Gennady Golovkin had all of the belts except for one, which was Billy Joe Saunders' belt at that particular time, Gennady Golovkin was stripped of the IBF belt. Why was he stripped? Because Gennady Golovkin did not want to fight the man that fought Danny Jacobs for the IBF belt in Sergey Derevianchenko. Now, we don't hear the question of whether Triple G ducked Sergey Derevianchenko, but we seen how good Sergey Derevianchenko looked against Danny Jacobs. Triple G and his team felt like the Sergey Derevianchenko mandatory fight didn't make any sense when they had a Canelo fight on the table. So they declined to fight, and then they got stripped of the belt. That's a prime example. Okay? Now, back to the Jamal Charlo question. If you are in Gennady Golovkin's shoes, in your mind, and then probably about maybe 65 to 70% of the people out here, the general public, believes that Gennady Golovkin beat Canelo Alvarez twice, and he got robbed in both fights. So if you're Gennady Golovkin, even though the judges didn't see it your way, from a moral standpoint, you just beat the cash cow twice. You just beat the cash cow twice. Even though Canelo has the belts right now, in your eyes, you beat Canelo Alvarez twice. So the WBC says, okay, well, we're going to mandate a fight between you and Jamal Charlo, and the winner gets a third Canelo fight. Now, Jamal Charlo is on Showtime. Gennady Golovkin was on HBO, but he's a free agent right now. And Canelo Alvarez is on DAZN. Canelo has a 5-year, 11-fight, $365 million deal in place. DAZN as an app, as a business, they need to not only recoup that money, but make money as well. So I'm pretty sure that DAZN can set up a deal between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G Gennady Golovkin to fight on DAZN without having to go through the WBC. That's number one. Number two, Triple G can go up to 168, fight Callum Smith, who just won a title at 168. That's another option. Gennady Golovkin can fight Danny Jacobs. He can fight Demetrius Andrade. The point of me saying this is that Gennady Golovkin has a lot of different options on the table, including Canelo Alvarez, without having to go through the WBC. So let's look at it from the other end. Who benefits from a Jamal Charlo Triple G fight? Is it Triple G, where if he beats Jamal Charlo, we'll just come out and say that he beat a very good fighter and he can get a third Canelo fight? Or Jamal Charlo, where it could turn him into a superstar. He can beat one of the top, I would say probably top 10 money guys in the game right now. And it'll set Jamal Charlo up for a Canelo Alvarez fight. And Triple G would be the biggest name on Jamal Charlo's resume, where Jamal Charlo is not the biggest name on Triple G's resume. So I do understand what Gennady Golovkin's manager is saying. I don't want to come out and say that it's a waste of time or anything like that, but just Gennady Golovkin has better options at the end of the day. And I know that's not the popular opinion, but it's the truth. And it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.